story time. So I had a patient come in and she was having some discharge, just some bad discomfort and wanted some testing. So when I saw her, I was okay, we're going to do some testing today. I can test for STIs like chlamydia, gonorrhea, trichomonas. I can test for just infections that are very common like yeast, bacteria. Her partner started, he's like, hold on, doc. Now, first of all, I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm not a physician. Hold on, doc. I said, you can just call me Monica. I'm one of the NPs here. He's like, we don't need STI testing. All my stuff is clean. Well, that might be. I said, well, I understand that. I said, but since she's having discharge and it's, usually when you come in, I like to just test for everything because you never know. And it's just like, why waste your time coming here if you're not going to get all the tests? He was like, well, she don't need it. No, mind you, the patient didn't say that. So I did the swab. Now, I chose, because listen, I'm not new to this. I am not new to this. And as Karen Huger from Real Housewives of Potomac says, I'm a quick study of the room. And I could see the vibe. And I was like, oh, yeah, you need the testing. So what I did was I chose the swab where you can test for everything, and it's just a change of a code in the computer. Or I could test for just some things, which, again, is just a change of the code in the computer. But at least if I collected the swab where you have a lot of options, the patient would have options if she changes her mind. So when I got down there, the discharge was infectious in nature. It was copious, which means there was a lot of it. It was kind of like milky, whitish, yellow. It just was a lot of infectious discharge. And I said, okay, it does look like you have an infection. It's probably some kind of bacterial infection. Would you like me to go ahead and just run the swab for everything since you're here? And the patient was like, yeah, absolutely. I think I should just do everything. She was also having some urinary symptoms, so we did a urine too. The partner, once again, was like, listen, I already told you we don't need STI tests. I understand that, but it's up to the patient. And your partner has told me, my patient, she says she wants everything, so let's just go ahead and do everything. All right, you wasting your time. So he said, all right, but listen, again, I'm a quick study of the room. I could already see his discomfort, and I'm like, the test is going to be abnormal. Like, it's going to be abnormal. One, I'm looking at the infectious discharge. So I know for a fact we have an infection here. What kind? I can't tell you 100%, but I knew it was going to at least be BV, plus or minus chlamydia or trichomonas. Lo and behold, test came back positive for chlamydia, positive for bacterial vaginosis, and her prelim urine culture came back with over 100,000 gram negative ROS, which is usually E. coli, which is the most common type of UTI. So she had UTI, chlamydia, and BV. Messing with a partner, she said they're completely monogamous and they've been together over a year, who said that they did not need testing. And the reason I'm telling you the story is because I want to make sure that anyone who hears this video, and please send this to the young ladies, it is your body and it is your healthcare visit. And if you bring someone, they should be an advocate for you. They should be someone who wants you to get, the whole $1 million workup. They want you to get all the tests, all the things. They want you to feel comfortable. They're there to hold your hand. They're there so that you have an extra pair of ears, so that when the doctor or nurse practitioner or physician assistant or nurse says things to you, that you don't forget. The person you bring to your visit is supposed to be a person who got your back. If you're bringing someone who's telling you not to get stuff because it's in their own self-interest, because they're outside, I'm saying this because if you know that your partner is controlling that way, don't bring them to your healthcare visit.
Hello guys, and welcome back. How are you guys doing? Thank you for tuning in. Let's jump right into this because this is educational. This is needed for some ladies out there to hear this. You know what I mean? That clip you just heard, she is a nurse and she just narrated a true life story that happened where she worked. And she gave an advice like, please, when the ladies are going for checkup, if you're going to bring anybody, make sure you bring someone that is going to support you, not someone that is not going to support you, or someone that is going to discourage you from getting all the tests that is necessary as a woman. Yeah, that is crazy. I think this is the moment of the ladies are just waking up like, my health comes first. I'm going to be rolling your clips of so many instances that is happening around this situation for the ladies out there, just to know that it is very important for us to get checked. It is very important for us to seek help if needed. And please, let's go out to the clinic with a supportive system. Not someone that's going to tell us or that's going to scare us not to get all the medical checkup that it's needed for our body. Let me roll your the clips. Add your comment down there. What do you think about this story that she just told? It was kind of scary because if they are indeed partners, isn't your partner supposed to be in there to support you? Good thing that she, as a nurse, she sensed it that something was fishy. I'm gonna be rolling your clips. What do you think? Add your comment down there. Let's roll the clips.
With somebody, male, female, whatever, and you ask them to go get tested, and this is their response.
Where's your results?
Take your test. My results on my phone.
Okay,
So
sure.
take yours. Take the test. Why are you worried about my results? Andrew, just tell me the truth. I already know. I already fucking know.
So how do you know? So what
Just-
makes you?
Come on, you're not. When I say that I am aware of everything and I see everything, you think I'm dumb. I'm not.
So where's your results?
Take the fucking test.
Where's your results?
My results don't matter.
They do matter.
Yours do. Take them.
Because you don't have anything.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Take yours.
You accuse me of having
Then tell people. Then
stuff.
shut me up.
Just know that they're hiding something, and it's probably something that they can't get rid of. So that was just a video recording of me and my ex going back and forth after I asked him to take an at-home HIV testing kit. He was refusing to do so, and obviously I figured out why. So the whole time that I was with this man, he acted as if he was sick with cancer, but instead it was actually HIV. Start normalizing going to get tested together, reviewing results together, because people can lie and hide things for a long time. So just protect yourself, because there's people out here that don't care, that aren't happy with themselves, and they don't care what happens to them, so they're not going to care what happens to you.
My boyfriend gave me an STI. I've been with my boyfriend for 7 months, and this is so embarrassing. This is my second time having an STI during our relationship. I haven't been with anyone except him, so it must be coming from him. I'm so scared to bring it up to him, but I think he's cheating on me. What should I do?
Tell the man that, listen, I've got an STI. I think it's from you because I haven't been seeing anyone else. Are you cheating on me?
I say this with love. It's not a question of whether he's cheating on you. He
He
is
is.
cheating on you. And besides the fact that he's cheating on you, that is dangerous for your health. The fact that he's doing that, and it could have been unresolved for such a long time, it's a health hazard.
Plus it being the second time as well.
Oh yeah,
That's crazy.
that is very crazy.
That's very crazy.
You have nothing to be scared or embarrassed about. He should be very embarrassed.
Very embarrassed.
Disgusting.
Think STDs spread. Don't you know there are people who are walking around who know they have an STD and they still sleeping around with people? There have been many stories reported on that in the news, and even I knew a guy in prison who got killed in prison because he had AIDS, and he still kept sleeping with other men in prison. But I've also seen that on the news, and people would do that. It's not many people that will come tell you, hey, I know I got AIDS or I know I got herpes and I'm not going to sleep with you. Because if that was the case, how do you think a lot of this stuff is still spreading? And a lot of people think that AIDS went away back in the 80s or 90s or there are no more STDs. I can tell you there are a lot of people right now who's watching this who have STDs and they know that they have it and they just refuse to tell anybody, but they'll still go around sleeping with other people. So I'm just saying this to y'all, be careful, man, because a lot of y'all going out here doing this stuff in the raw and you never count the consequences of coming down with some of this stuff that you can't ever get rid of. If you're thinking about going out sleeping with somebody, man, I'm asking you to retract that. Don't do that. And you can say all you want that I'm using rubbers and condoms, but that stuff don't always work. You still stand a real strong chance of getting a disease from somebody. And a lot of times, like I said, it's from somebody who has it and they're not going to tell you. And a lot of y'all fall into the trap, and most of us fall into the trap of because this person looks good, this person looks healthy, that they don't have nothing. I'm telling you, I worked on an AIDS unit for many years, and I've seen a lot of healthy-looking people come through there that did not look like they had AIDS, so be careful.
My husband gave me an STD at 30 weeks pregnant. I constantly watch videos like this, and I never thought in a million years that I would be somebody that would post something like this, but here we go. So I am 30 weeks pregnant with our second child, and for some time now, about a week, I've been having symptoms of like a yeast infection or BV. Called my OB and they were like, okay, come in, we'll do a swab and we'll just treat you with some antibiotics until the tests come back because we're sure that it's just an imbalance or something. So my OB called me when the test came back, and she indeed told me that I had contracted an STD through sexual contact. So it's not one of those weird ones where you can contract it from like a toilet seat or something. And the thing is that my husband has been so supportive throughout this entire pregnancy, and he's only left me like a handful of times to go run some errands and stuff. Now, here's the kicker. Every single time throughout this entire pregnancy that I would go to the OB, they would swab me for yeast infections, bacterial infections, and for STDs, and I have never had a positive one until now. So that means that he has had an affair within the last month. And when I tell you I came at him guns a-blazing, I was like, you better tell me and you better fess up right now what you did. He immediately swore up and down that he's never cheated on me the entire time that we've been together. And he also said that he wants to go as soon as possible to get tested for this STD to confirm that he does not have it and prove to me that he does not have it. The only thing I can think of is that he went an hour away for a work meeting and he was gone for a couple hours. Or there's also another scenario where he went back home to play golf with a high school friend, and then the high school friend's girlfriend called and said, you need to come home. He can play the rest of the rounds by himself. And I honestly don't know because there's no concrete evidence of an affair except for a positive STD test. So I don't know where to go from here. I need help.
We also have to add that the man got to be careful. I really appreciate this guy adding his thought to this conversation. You know what I mean? Because when we are talking about the women got to be careful, the men also got to be careful. We remember a couple of days ago, a busted, cheated CEO that got busted with his HR. The HR was a married woman, just like the man was a married man. So it goes both ways. The men gotta be careful, the women gotta be careful, and just like this man put it, you don't even know who has all these diseases because you're not gonna know. They look healthy until they get tested. That is when you are gonna know. But just to be on this topic, like if you are going to any clinic, if you are a man or a woman, you want to go get tested, and you know your partners, maybe they are not comfortable having some tests done. Just do not take them because we are talking about your health. And we're just going to say credit to the creators for giving us this opportunity to add our comments. Really appreciate them for giving us this educational session. What do you guys think? Add your comment down there. This is scary. Y'all had a woman, pregnant woman. This is scary. Let us all take this very carefully and let us know that our health is very important. I am going to catch up with you guys in the next one. Bye for now.